Hi, it's Sunday, March 14th, first day of daylight savings. I am out in the woods because I am looking at a wall ride that Chris Moeller got for a subscription page or Club Homeboy ad in Freestyling magazine in Torrance. You may recognize the vantage point here. This is the corner of 190th and Hawthorne Boulevard, sandwiched between Torrance, Redondo. It is not bike friendly at all. None of Los Angeles is, and I grapple with the fact daily that people's identities are defined by their automobiles here, but that's a bigger story. But there's this fence here, and on the opposite side is an embankment that leads from these train tracks. And in 87, 88, Chris Moeller and Spike Jonze decided, hey, let's shoot a wall ride on that fence. This is the bank from above. It's pretty steep. There's a huge kink at the bottom, and it is uphill from the train tracks. You ever remember at the time wall rides were like a brand new thing? But that was walls and not fences. Fences like up the danger factor by getting your pedals caught. Moeller never rode pegs back then, but it's still impressive that like, hey, here's this bank to fence, let's try the same technique and see what happened, and it worked out. There's no video, of course, but the photo speaks volumes. I cannot emphasize enough how steep and high this bank to fence is actually. Granted, I don't like riding big things, but it's terrifying to me. And I assume that the sidewalk has changed in the past 30 years, but the bank to fence remains the same apparently. And again, it is Moeller pedaling uphill from there to there. And you can recognize the same plaza in the background of the photo. It's one of the first things I recognized when I moved to the shitty part of the South Bay. And as you walk away from the Moeller wall ride, you can see the bank gets even bigger. And someone was bravely wall riding off this onto the sidewalk. So just imagine you're driving down 190th towards Redondo and you see this dude pedaling up that tiny incline towards that huge fence wall ride in 1987, 88. Had to be something to see. Some random blackberries in the street. I think this was called the 190th Street wall ride. It is a right side only person thing because you're going to be landing in bushes now, but I don't know how it was in 1980s. This is just on the other side of the train tracks. It's a dumping ground. I need to remember that when I move. Not really, I joke. But yeah, these kinds of little pockets of detritus and shit and graffiti bounce like right next to, I don't know, there's a Walmart on the other side of here. Nothing to be cool about, but I'm blabbering. So yeah, is this an old G.I. Joe man on the ground? Yeah, it is. There's these tiny pockets of like crazy decay around Redondo, Torrance area, surrounded by huge new projects, and the pandemic sped everything up, so I really kind of think these things are going to be going away sooner than later now. And including this wall ride that Moeller did, there's a ton of like construction on every corner of that street, and I just don't know if it's going to be there too much longer, but it's amazing that it's lasted over 30 years now.